Hello, my name is Samuel, and I am here with.
Yamale.
Hi, I'm Luke, and I'm here with.
Zeta.
Hi, my name is Arjun, and I'm here with.
Danny Davis.
Matt Barron.
Zahir.
Isaac.
Arjun.
Today, we're going to ask you a few questions about freedom of speech and just in general stuff around what's going around in the world.
Okay, cool.
Can you share your thoughts about climate change and how it has impacted our world?
Climate change. It has impacted our world pretty hectic. Like now, it's confusing as far as the weather and what's happening around the world in the ocean. You see different videos as far as animals that are under the sea are coming onto shore, due to maybe oil spills. Not really too sure, but we're living in very scary times as far as what's going on in climate change.
It's really effing up the planet.
I mean, it's impacted our world in a lot of ways.
I think that climate change is an inevitability, and if we don't prepare for it, it's gonna cost us big in the future.
It's made it hotter, for one thing. It's made. How else has it impacted? I think many aspects of life, day to day.
I think the G7 countries should take note of countries like Sweden, Finland, Norway. They seem to like really get it. I lived on our side of the world for a while, and the air, you can taste it. The water's a lot cleaner. You can drink the tap water. So I feel like the Western countries are kind of slowly starting to pollute the non-Western countries. So I feel like they should kind of take the lead of peeling off from, the American, or I'll say the Western way of life.
Usually we have a lot of snow days,
Yeah.
And as a high schooler myself, I really look forward to those. But with climate change, I've noticed in recent years there's been less and less snow days, less and less snow, just period, every winter. So it's been disappointing for sure. I love the snow.
All right, our first question. What are your thoughts on LGBTQ rights and equality?
I feel like everyone has a right to what they believe, and it's everyone's opinion. If you're worried about someone else, you shouldn't. You should be worried about how you feel.
I'm from the generation before the LGBTQ movement, and I really don't have a lot of ideas about what's going on. I mean, it seems like the LGBTQ communities are here, and other people I knew are over here.
I think every human has rights to peace, liberty, and happiness. So I have no issue with them having rights. I do have an issue with them shoving what they believe to be their views in people that's not LGBT's face. I think they should keep it out of children's content specifically, and definitely I see it a lot in animations, cartoons and stuff. So I think as long as they keep it around the intended target, then all's well.
I feel like sometimes they are discriminated against, and so for those reasons, I would say they should have uh, maybe more rights. I don't know.
I think everyone has the right to love whoever and whatever capacity that is. I feel as though in today's society, we're invasive on and judgmental on how people love other people, and I feel as though it should be none of our business.
What is your opinion on social media and its impact on society?
Uh, it's a really important question. I think social media has had a huge impact on the way we operate, way we think, way we live our lives, way we raise our kids. It's had a huge impact. I would say probably one of the most significant things that we've been dealing with within the last 15 to 20 years. So, yeah, for sure.
So today's society, they really don't care about each other. On social media, they put each other down. And it's really just take consideration of how someone would feel when you're making a mean comment or something. And not even on social media, in real life also.
Thank you so much. Can you share or tell me what you think about our education system and what we can do to improve it?
Oh man, I got that's a long list.
I think we should try to steer a little bit away from the grading system and let students explore more things, more topics of their interest.
I think the education system. I think that the question itself is, you know, what's the goal?
I feel like the American education system is very, very far behind, especially a lot of countries in Asia. I lived in China for 2 years, and I noticed the way they really put emphasis on math and engineering. So the kids there, by the time they're in grade school, they're already focused on like a science, math, engineering based uh, career.
Sort of change rubrics so that they can be more tailored to different students' needs because everyone learns differently.
That's 100% accurate on that. There's other like countries that have other education system that's doing better than ours. Like, um, I just know that there are definitely other countries doing better education than us. But yeah, we should definitely start to do some changes on that.
Because I think a lot of times education is kind of relative to where you live at, what city you're in, and the agendas of the community that you're surrounded by. You know, frankly, we don't have a universal education system. Your education is based on where you live at and what community or county you're in. So I think it's important to have more of an inclusive education about the world that we live in and not hide or shy away from those uncomfortable conversations and not change, some of the wording that I've heard like some other counties were trying to do as it relates to our checkered history. So I think it's important to just have open and honest dialogue and embrace the changes that we need to make as a whole, as a society, and just be more inclusive and just be more honest.
Yeah.
How can our society better support mental health awareness?
I think the best way is to make it more normalized for people to speak out about their mental illnesses, and because right now there could be a lot of backlash if people reach out or ask for help with their mental health, and we should try to lower that.
I'm a mental health sufferer myself, and I've gotten to a point where I'm on some medicine, not a lot, but just enough to make sure it works. And I've been able to stay out of the hospital for 20 years. I'm feeling good about that.
I think it's really important just to kind of push that, like, it's okay to have mental health problems. So I would say just kind of trying to take away the stigma behind, like, mental health, like, saying you have depression or something like that. So more people can feel comfortable, like, saying that they have those things and getting the help they need.
Next is, how can society better support mental health awareness?
By recognizing that it's really important to address. I think that for a long time, it's been a conversation that hasn't been convenient for specifically mental health as a whole, but specifically men, black men at that. I think that we've been conditioned to think that mental health is a weakness if you need to seek help or seek therapy or seek communication. So I think it's important that we embrace that.
I think it's something we need to address because your brain is where mental illness comes from, and changing the chemicals and the receptors in your brain is going to make a difference. And it doesn't take much, it only takes a little bit.
I think people should show other people compassion. I feel as though people are not compassionate or have empathy for what other people are going through. I feel like we live in a very judgmental society, and I feel as though we should lead with love.
I totally agree. We should definitely put our differences aside and unite. It would help us become more better at solving our problems.